Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then welcome. My name's Christina, and on my channel we talk all things beauty from my own experiences. So if you're looking for the best and most honest how-tos and reviews from a consumer's perspective, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, you like this video, and you leave any comments that you have for me down below. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the brand name Tower 28, but Tower 28, honestly, can I just say, has kind of taken the beauty industry and makeup by storm the last couple of years. I have loved so many of their products. Pretty much anything that I've tried from them I have been obsessed with, and today we're trying their newest product. It is a complexion product, and it is the Tower 28 Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. Also, before we get started, I would love if you guys followed me on Instagram. I do have my personal influencer Instagram account, which is K_Arnelia, but I am also a full-time product photographer. I focus on beauty products. So that is by Christina Studio. That's where I post all of my work as well as all of my client work. If you guys are interested in any of that stuff, I do reviews and stuff on that page as well. So go ahead and give it a follow. I would really appreciate if you did, because it's my passion, and yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, this is a sunscreen, but it is tinted, and they have quite a few shades that you can choose from. So I'm kind of looking at this as a sunscreen slash tinted moisturizer, because you can also substitute your moisturizer with this product. I'm going to show you guys my first impressions. I'm going to show you how it wears on my skin. So if you guys are interested in seeing any of that stuff, then make sure to keep on watching. So to give you a little bit of background on Tower 28, they are a clean beauty brand. You can find them on Sephora, and they also have their own retail site as well online. It is women owned and also Asian American owned, which is really exciting. So like my usual videos, I'm going to read off on the website exactly what the claims are for this product. It's a 2-in-1 mineral sunscreen foundation with broad spectrum UVA, UVB, SPF 30 protection. Mineral sunscreen is actually very good to wear for people that have sensitive skin. It's good for all around skin types, but especially for sensitive skin. And the reason for that is because mineral sunscreen sits on top of the face versus being absorbed into the skin, and that's how it protects. So it kind of creates a shield, whereas chemical sunscreens absorb the UV rays and then let it out as energy. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I am a huge advocate for sunscreen, so I tell everyone to wear sunscreen. There are so many options nowadays for something that you'll enjoy, and honestly things that feel just like moisturizers. It says on the website that SunnyDays evens redness, combats blue light pollution, and soothes UV stressed skin while maintaining a natural finish, so your freckles, moles, and real skin can have their moment in the sun. This product is the first and only complexion makeup with the National Eczema Associates Seal of Acceptance. So you can see on the back of this box right there for you, so you know that it's really great for sensitive and acne-prone and eczema-prone skin. It says for light sheer coverage, apply with the fingertips. For medium buildable coverage, tap with a dampened beauty sponge, foundation, or stippling brush. So I have a brush here. I don't tend to use really light coverage products like these with sponges necessarily until I know how much coverage I can get out of it. So there are 14 shades in the range. I think that's pretty decent because it's a sheer lightweight mineral sunscreen. You should be able to kind of bounce between shades, and it shouldn't be too big of a deal when it comes to matching. I have the shade Point Dume right here. I do like the purple packaging. I really like squeezy tubes when it comes to sunscreens because I feel like I can get every last bit of it out and then like not waste any product. So as I'm shaking it, I can really hear just how liquidy this is. The brush that we're going to be using, I just have this IT Cosmetics brush. It's the Airbrush Foundation brush. I didn't prime my face or anything. I just went in with my skincare routine. Oh, and I also have a pimple patch. So this is great because I have been breaking out because my period has graced me with a bunch of tiny little zits. So I do have a pimple patch on this bad boy right here. So please excuse that. But you know, it's totally normal. And we're going to go ahead and put a little on the back of the hand so we can see exactly what it looks like. So there she is, very runny as you can see. And you can see it's kind of running down the back of my hand. It's very liquidy, as I expected it would be. I went darker than I thought I needed to, just reading the description, but then looking at the photos, I kind of based it off of the photos and the models that they had. It's fragrance free, safe for sensitive skin, it's non-greasy, non-nano, reef safe sunscreen. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on my cheeks. Pretty much exactly matches my cheek. I was kind of hoping to get a color darker than my face because you can obviously see my body is so much darker than my face because I wear sunscreen every day. And based off of the photos, I definitely thought this was going to be a lot darker than my face. So that's kind of off. I'm kind of going in a tapping motion and also just buffing it as I go. I'm not being super precise with anything, honestly. The way that they word it, the way that they described it is kind of like tinted moisturizer meets tinted sunscreen. Because I typically wear tinted moisturizers and then concealers on like an everyday basis, I thought that I would treat this as such. This can kind of stand on its own with some concealer, like maybe with some blush and bronzer. All right, so the way this feels on the skin, it definitely is tacky. You can see how much of a sheen it's leaving. We'll see how it dries down. Sunscreen tends to just naturally give you a really dewy, glowy finish. So this is probably like a second layer in my opinion. I'm gonna dot it all around the face. I like to wear sunscreen on top of products like makeup products that already have sunscreen in it, just because I don't know how much I'm going to be wearing. So I want to make sure that I get the right amount of sunscreen protection on my face. But looking at how much product I'm using for this one, I feel like I could skip the sunscreen and just go straight into this product. You could probably just wear this. I had a really bad dry patch right here on my left cheek earlier because I've been using my tretinoin and my Curology again. So I've been peeling a little bit, but I moisturized right before I did my makeup. And this isn't clinging to anything. It's doing really, really well. Uh-oh, I spoke too soon. It's kind of clinging on this side. I'll see if I can show you guys a little close up. I don't know if you can see it because it's so glistening, but right around here. Even though I did two like pretty hefty layers, it doesn't feel super heavy. It feels wet. It doesn't feel heavy, it is wet. So we're gonna see how the dry down is. And again, like I said, I'm really used to wearing sunscreen on a daily basis. So the feeling of sunscreen on my skin doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people are very picky about that. Honestly, this is probably one of the lightest feeling sunscreens. Mineral and chemical sunscreens tend to sit on the skin very differently for me. Chemical sunscreens meld and mold into the skin really well and they soak in very nicely, whereas mineral sunscreens take a little longer to melt in. This kind of feels more like a chemical sunscreen in that sense. The coverage, the way that it evened out my skin tone is really nice. I can still see my dots and spots and stuff, which I kind of assumed that I would. In my mind, I'm going to be using this kind of as a light coverage foundation versus a sunscreen. So I wanted something that would like make it match. Maybe I'm tan. I don't usually categorize myself under tan, but it might work this time. It's been a couple minutes since I've applied the sunscreen. It still looks about the same amount of dewiness. I feel like it's kind of dried here on the cheeks, not badly, but it's starting to stop. It's starting to look more set. I'm just now realizing how freaking weird my brows look. I used the NYX Lift and Snatch and it's so red. The strokes look good, but the actual color is so red. I'm sorry if you guys see that. Don't judge me. I have a couple of Tower 28 products, like I said, but before I go in with those, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with concealer and a brightener. I'm using the Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint in the shade Peach. I saw it on TikTok. I feel like all the products that I'm gonna be applying on top of this sunscreen are also gonna be pretty much light coverage, lightweight, because whenever I go in with a specific feeling complexion product, I want the rest of my products to kind of balance that as well. For concealer, I'm going in with my Kosas concealer in the shade number 6. Feels amazing and it looks very hydrating. I'm just gonna do my spots as well. Okay, this is the concealer blended in, looking so hydrated, so glowy. This is Magic Hour Beach Please Tinted Balm. What are these called? Lip and cheek tints? I think they're called lip and cheek tints. So the funny thing is I bought like 3 or 4 shades, different shades of this product until I finally bought, I think this was either their first or most popular shade, and I never thought that this shade would look good on me because I just thought it was going to be too pink, but it is my most favorite blush I think in my collection of all my blushes. This is just neutral enough for my skin tone. It doesn't pull too pink and gray on me. I think that it looks stunning. It gives me the most beautiful, cute, blushed look. These go on like butter. They are so good, so pigmented. This shade I like because I have to kind of build it up. I have darker shades in this, and I also have the more corally shade, and those I would say, obviously since they're darker, are a little bit more pigmented, but the finish is the same. The staying power is also the same. And for bronzer, I do have the Tower 28 Bronzino. This is in the shade Gold Coast. These bronzers have shimmer in them, and I'm using my Fenty angled brush for this. This is really beautiful if you're going for an everyday natural look, because it's gonna give you just the right amount of bronze on the skin to where it's not distracting and it doesn't feel like you have to put on a full face on top of it, you know? And I just mesh together the blush with the bronzer, kind of bring the bronzer into the blush, so I bring it upwards. All right, and to set the face, I have my Laura Mercier loose setting powder. This is just the translucent shade. I'm just gonna set underneath the eyes. I'm probably gonna set the entire face though, to be honest, because this is very glowy and very beautiful. Realistically, to wear it throughout the rest of the day, I'm definitely gonna have to powder. This is the Refer brush number 5. Swirl it into my powder and then just apply this to the rest of the face. Because I want that blush to pop a little more, I'm just going to top it with this Clinique cheek pop in Ginger Pop. If you guys have the shade Magic Hour in that cheek tint and you have a good blush to top it with, please let me know. I'm really curious if there's any powder blushes out there that are like a dupe for that cream one, because I want to be able to top it with the exact same color. To finish off my makeup, I just lined my lips with my NYX Suede lip liner in the shade Cold Brew, and I'm gonna go in with the Tower 28 lip jelly, Milky Jelly, in the shade Cashew. They feel like a very moisturizing oil, but the color payoff is just, it's so good. And it feels amazing, amazing on the lips. I definitely need more shades. This is everything that I planned to wear for a full face and what I would normally wear on an everyday basis. It definitely feels more like a chemical sunscreen, even though it's a mineral. It doesn't feel like it's just sitting on top of the skin, you know? It almost feels like it absorbed, but I know it didn't because it's a mineral sunscreen. If you have oily skin or even just normal skin, you may still want to set this throughout the day so you get the best wear out of it. I love just having sunscreen on my face and then just letting that shine come through on very, you know, minimal days, and I don't really care. It does say on the box to reapply every 2 hours, so with that said, it's not meant to be a super long wearing sunscreen. It's totally up to your discretion if you want to layer this with another one, like with another sunscreen. I think you definitely can, because it doesn't feel like it's overkill. You can still see my freckling on my cheeks, you can still see my spots, like my blemishes and stuff, which I expected, and just go in with some concealer and it gives you a very beautiful, just healthy skin look, which I really enjoy these days. As you saw throughout the video, my skin is going through some things. I am having a little bit of flaking and patching everywhere. The product itself worked really well with those dry patches. You can obviously see because I had like dry flaky skin sitting on top of the face already. It was kind of like meshing with that, not even like accentuating it. You could kind of see it if you looked really closely, but from afar I honestly couldn't tell, and nothing like popped up and pilled up. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you have dry or super dry skin, this might still work for you. I don't think it's one of those products that are going to accentuate that dryness. If anything, it kind of minimizes it. So this product actually retails for $30, and I think that this is worth it. I know that some of you are going to be like, why do you think it's worth it when it's super lightweight? Like I've said in past videos, I tend to wear more lightweight or medium coverage foundations or complexion products throughout a day-to-day basis. So for me, I'm going to get more use out of those versus, super full coverage foundations. And another reason why I think that this is worth the $30 is because it acts as your complexion product, like your foundation, as well as a sunscreen. One of my favorite tinted sunscreens right now has to be the La Roche-Posay Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. That one is very similar to this, but it only comes in one color. I don't remember the price point on it, but I'll put it here on the screen for you. It's a pretty pricey product in itself. I couldn't wear that as a lightweight foundation, whereas with this one I could. Tula has a really nice tinted mineral sunscreen right now, which again does have a tint, only one shade though, and it's very pricey as well. So as you can see, those sunscreens, in my opinion, that have kind of mastered the tint to a mineral sunscreen are still very, very pricey. But the pro to this is that it has that eczema seal to it, so it's really great for sensitive skin. It has more coverage than those tinted sunscreens do. It's just really good and it's really cute. I hate to say that. I hate for that to be a reason, but I have trusted Tower 28 because they just continue to come out with just amazing products, in my opinion, and I really enjoyed this, and I think that I'm going to continue to enjoy it until I use every last drop of it. Alrighty guys, that was everything for this video. I hope that you found it informative and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, or if you have thoughts about it, please leave them in the comments down below for me. I would love to know. Let me know if you plan on picking this product up, or if you did, what you think about it. I'm actually super floored about this. I'm really glad that they came out with a complexion product again, and I'm so excited about anything that they come out with, to be honest. That's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!